Go out and get a role play partner. ChatGPT can role play with you. There's no more excuses. Like, the worst thing that you can do is go practice on people because it costs you money. If I engage in that activity at a high enough level with massive action, then the results are just inevitable.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Vulcan7 Coaches and Mentors, where we bring you some of the best in the industry to share with you their tips and strategies so that you can implement them in your business immediately. On today's episode, we have an amazing guest that is an expert when it comes to prospecting. So if you've been struggling, if you feel like you have been lacking motivation, or you just want to get better at having conversations and converting leads into appointments, then this episode is for you. So make sure you have a pen and paper ready, because with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring on today's guest, Pauly Campanaro. Welcome, Pauly.
All right. Thank you, Loida.
Yes. So for everyone that's tuning in, that's watching you, but maybe is not too familiar with you, just go ahead and give us a little bit about your background.
Sure. Originally, I'm from upstate New York, way upstate. And I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada in the late 90s, where I started real estate in 2005, part-time, and then went full-time. The best time to get involved in real estate, January 2008, is when I went full-time. So I was reared in the fire full-time. People thought I was crazy. My friends are like, what are you doing? Don't do that. And so I started in 2008. I hired a coach. And then my business doubled and then doubled and then doubled, and did 100 transactions my first 3 years in the business, and then took 175 listings the next year. And so all through prospecting, because all my database was back in Vegas. So I had to learn to speak real estate. But not only that, the market was crashing. So I had to learn to speak short sale and foreclosure. Mm-hmm. So if I could do it then anybody can do it in any market. You just got to get out there and talk to people, which is what it boils down to. So I did that for a while, and then started RealSalesTalk, which is my sales talk, a sales training community, RealSalesTalk. And I got an affinity and a passion for helping people understand that this doesn't have to be about sales and about closing 5 times. Like, really, it's about connecting with people. And when you put rule number 1, it's up in my office. I have rule number 1: get to know the people. And when you just focus on getting to know the people, then everything else will work itself out. But I still have to figure out, like, well, what does that look like? What does that sound like? And so I got recruited to Austin, Texas, where I am now, to run a large office here, and did that for 3 years. When I got here, we were at 700 million in sales, and me and a partner led the team to over $2 billion in sales in 3 years. And working like sales trainings and events, and like really just focusing on sales skills. And so I stepped down and went back into productivity and working RealSalesTalk full time a couple years back. And then right immediately within the first 6 months, I did 10 million in 6 months, starting from scratch. Because when I got here, my job was to recruit, right? So all I knew was agents. So I'm in a new market again, and starting from scratch, only knowing agents and lenders, I was able to do 10 million in the first 6 months. And that was, again, through just prioritizing at a high level. Like, how do I connect with people? And then just taking massive action to be able to get the results that people were looking for. So that's where I'm at right now.
That's so awesome. And, you said a lot of things. You have had a lot of experience. Something that I love to ask all my guests is, what did you do before you got into real estate? Like, did you have sales experience? Like, what was that Pauly like?
Yeah, that Pauly was pretty gritty. I worked it as a wholesale wine and liquor distribution, a truck driver, basically, in upstate New York. So there were no sales skills there, just good old fashioned hard work. And luckily I got that hard work ethic from my family. And then when I went to Vegas, because I knew a lot about wine and liquor, being in that business, I leveraged that information to get jobs in restaurants in Vegas. And then I just kept getting better and better and better jobs. I worked at the Bellagio and the Eiffel Tower restaurant when it first opened. I opened the Wynn Hotel when that first opened. And so I had a lot of experience in VIP services, waiting on super rich and famous people. And that, if anyone's ever been a waiter or waitress, that's a really good training ground for creating conversations quickly and then reading people And then also not judging people, because people come in and you don't know, just because they're wearing jeans, dirty jeans and a t-shirt, like that could be a billionaire. So that was really, really big tools that helped me going into the real estate industry.
That's awesome. And something that you mentioned earlier was, it's all about connecting with people, not going after, 5 times trying to close someone for an appointment or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the mistakes that you see agents are making that you help them correct so that they can get better?
Yeah, I think the big elephant in the room always when people start off is not wanting to sound or be salesy. And the good news is that you don't have to be, right? But there is a common denominator on what does have to happen, though. You do have to have a lot of conversations. You have to talk to people. And some people are really good at talking to people, and usually those people are not so good with systems and models. Which okay, we got to figure out, like, okay, what does a real schedule look like? What does me being more organized look like and more systematic look like? And then there's people who are not as good as talking to people, and those people are trying to figure out, how do I connect with people without begging or bugging? And so that's what I work on in with Real Sales Talk is what are the dynamics of what are those specific strategies look like to be able to engage a conversation at an open house or with internet leads without being salesy? Like, what does that sound like? What does that look like? And we do a lot of role play and a lot of group training around being able to engage conversations at a higher level to do just that, like be more human, which is becoming more and more relevant in this technological universe that we now live in, where AI is making things even more less human and more efficient, right? Good, awesome, cool. But I think there's these human skills of being able to connect with people and being able to have conversations and care and to connect in ways that that can be mutually beneficial and exploratory. Like, who are you? What's going on? And here's who I am, and here's what's going on, without being so salesy with trying to close 5 times. And that if I engage in that activity at a high enough level with a lot of action, right, with massive action, then the results are just inevitable. Like, you're going to get business. But I think people really have this stigma in their mind as far as like not wanting to sound or be salesy, and then not having a plan in place for structure and models and systems that allow them to run their business like a business.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know for me, especially when I got into the business, I'm like trying to stay focused with the script, but I also want to sound normal. I don't want to sound like a robot. And I remember calling for sale by owners, and some of them will be like, why are you asking me so many questions? It sounds like you're reading off of something.
Right.
So for agents, you mentioned that you role play. That's something big that I feel a lot of agents are just not implementing in their business.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for an agent that's watching you, that's maybe interested in coaching or being a part of your community, what are some of the things that they can start focusing on to start improving their communication? If they're not, maybe they've focused on being a buyer's agent, now they want to prospect, they want to get on the phone, they want to talk to people. How can they make that transition smooth?
Yeah, well, for sure. Look, as real estate agents, as salespeople, right? But for real estate agents, we make money by what we say, right? Who we say it to, how often we say it. So we make money with what we say, right? And you're right. People are just not giving enough attention to the skill of the conversation, and that first roots in like, okay, how do I connect with people? So number one is role play. Like, if we get paid by what we say and how we say it, right? Because our job is to ask great questions, ask them well, right? Not sound like a robot, sound like you care, and then listen carefully so I can continue repeating the first 2 steps, ask great questions, ask them well. And the only way you're going to get better at doing that is to role play. Because if you try to practice that on people, like, that doesn't go well. And oh, by the way, you don't know what you're doing, so getting good feedback is not going to happen. And the worst thing that you can do is go practice on people, because it costs you money. And there's nothing more discouraging than going out there and having conversations and nothing happening, because, oh, by the way, that's going to happen anyways. That's just called the sales business. Is like, I have to talk to a lot of people. I don't have to sell a lot of people, but I have to talk to a lot of people. And if I spend a little bit of time practicing, okay, what am I saying? And what are the different things that people could say? And then how can I engage that more constructively, right? More positively, more progressively, then I'm just naturally going to have more conversations. And then I can have less of those conversations for me to be more efficient and effective, because look, we don't get paid by the hour. We get paid by the closed transaction. And so it should be critical. People should be like really yearning for that. And so the playbook I wrote, people can go to the Real Sales Talk community. I give that away. The playbook's for free. I'm putting a library together to accompany the playbook, which is mindset, strategies, and skills around creating better conversations. But what does that really look like, and how do I do it? And where can I engage other like-minded people who appreciate that and are learning that, so that I can be a better communicator, which at the end of the day is what it all boils down to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, now that you mentioned role playing, I want to get a very quick role play in, because I think it's great for agents to see you in action. And obviously, we deal with a lot of different personalities. We don't know what people are going to say. And obviously, having a good conversation and just engaging immediately is going to help someone stand out. So with that being said, I want to demonstrate just kind of how you handle someone that off the top, as soon as they answer, they're already like annoyed, not really giving you the time of day, but you still push through it and have a conversation with them.
Yeah, I love this. She's taking me totally off guard. Right? Usually we didn't plan for this at all. She's like, all right, let's role play. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes. So I'll be an expired. Okay. And then you're calling me, and then we'll just, I won't be too tough. We'll see how the conversation goes, but I really it's the intro that I want agents to kind of get a feel for how you do it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, this is Pauly. I'm with the Vision Realty Group. Hey, I saw your property on 123 Street come off the market. I was wondering if you'd still consider an offer.
You know what? I've been getting so many calls since the 8 o'clock. I mean, are you calling because you have a buyer?
Yeah, well, actually, I am a buyer. I work with off-market buyers, and honestly, we do creative financing, and I'm also a broker. So it just depends on the property condition and your situation. Tell me, did you get any offers at $700,000 when you were listed?
You know what? No, the agent just kind of fell off the face of the earth, and now I'm just getting a bunch of calls since like 6:30 in the morning. You guys are all sounding the same.
Man, I'm so sorry to have to deal with those agents who are they're bugging you, and they're saying that they just want to relist your property and they don't really care what's going on. So at this point, though, I mean, if you would consider an offer if you got one and it was within reason, is that yes?
I mean, possibly, but I just don't want to go through the hassle of going back on the market. Everyone's saying that the home could sell very quickly. Obviously, came off the market. So I at this point, I don't even know what we're going to do.
And I'll tell you, Lloyd, and I'm sorry, my name's Pauly. I see here, Lloyd, your name's Lloyd. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Lloyd, it might not even be a good idea to go back on the market. Honestly, there's a lot of people right now that are just trying to figure it out. They'd like an offer, but they're not really sure which direction to go. And at the same time, they don't want to go through what they just went through. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah. And, I wanted to have moved over to Vegas, 2 months ago, but here I am, and I'm just getting all of my plans got changed, and I'm just really annoyed with my husband.
Yeah. I don't blame you. What do you think stopped the home from selling?
I think that there's just way too many homes available right now.
Yeah, there
kind of
are.
in my neighborhood.
Yeah, there's a lot of homes out there for sure. What do you think could have been done differently, though? I mean, a few homes did go under contract while you were listed. What do you think could have been done differently?
Maybe the agent, we feel that they just weren't as aggressive as we thought they were going to be, or at least they told us they were going to be. And then, there's a specific price that we want to get, because obviously we want to walk away with the most. But at this point, I don't even know what we're going to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously you were trying to get the most, but obviously there was things happening that didn't cause the home to sell. This is such a great area anyways, though, Lloyd. I mean, where are we going to go to when the property sold?
We were going to move to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Okay. That's a lot different than Austin. What's bringing you to Las Vegas?
Yeah, my husband works in hospitality, and he has a job out there. So he's been traveling a lot. So we figured, you know what, instead of just going back and forth, we'll just move out there.
Wait a minute. You're behind here while he's over there, or he's going back and forth?
Back and forth. Yeah. It's really annoying, kind of.
Oh my gosh. I could see how you feel like the property didn't sell and he's going back and forth. I mean, you have a lot on your hands, but At the same time, I mean, obviously you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense for you guys. False or true?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's get together. I'll share with you some inside market information in regards to timing, because obviously you're not going to go back on the market unless it makes sense for you timing wise. And then clarity on how to get the most money possible. Because obviously there were properties that sold, you just didn't sell. So if I give you that information, Loida, and then you guys have clarity and certainty in regards to what the next best steps are, even if it's not with me, I mean, would that be unreasonable if you and I are sitting down and I just give you that information?
No, I guess we're open to that. At this point, just to be clear, we're not looking to sign anything. We just,
Sure.
like I said, we're not sure exactly what we're going to do.
No, and that's exactly what I'll do, Lloyd. Is the information that I'll bring you will give you clarity, and then I'll leave that with you, and then you guys are going to decide what you're going to do from there. So I can meet you Tuesday at 4, or does Wednesday at 6 work better for you?
You know what? I would like to talk to my husband first before I do set up
Oh,
anything.
yeah. No, well, I've been married almost 25 years in November, Lloyd. So I hear you. I don't do anything without passing it, make sure my wife knows about it. That's for sure. So I totally respect that. You guys are usually home around what time? After 4 or 5 or?
Yeah, usually after 5 o'clock, we're free.
Okay. So let's do this. Let me just put you in the book for tomorrow at like maybe 5:30 or 6. I'll call you in the morning to make sure that still works. Cause he still wants, I mean, if the property could be sold, he still wants it sold. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if we could actually get it sold and it was like 100%, it's happening this time. And obviously, yeah, I'd rather be out there with him versus him having to fly back and forth all the time.
Exactly. So you let him know, like, hey, honey, I had a guy call me. He's going to bring some new information that could give us some clarity and options. Because obviously you want options. Like, okay, well, what's going to happen here? I'll send you that information first, just to take a look at some of it. What's your best email?
Loida@yahoo.com.
Okay, perfect. And I'll send it there. And then let's just book 6 o'clock tomorrow, and I'll call you in the morning just to confirm. Does that sound fair?
Okay, yeah, that
Okay,
works.
perfect. Awesome. I'm really excited to meet you, Loida.
Yes, thank you. Awesome. I know I caught you off guard, but I wanted, the audience to see.
Yeah, luckily I know what I'm talking about. I practice what I preach.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. Because we
Hey,
get that all the time. Go ahead.
yeah, I don't know if you know this. A while back, a couple years back, I used to do a lot of reaction videos where I would break down role plays. So I broke down Brian once, and him and I did a call back in the day. And then I broke you down once
Oh, okay,
on
nice.
a FISBO call. It was all good. Don't worry, I didn't tear it up, right? Like you did it well, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And it got quite a bit of views because that's my passion. My passion is like, all right, how can I help people engage conversation? Because we're overthinking this a lot of the time
Yeah.
when we're trying to make something happen. When if I just and there was like a lot of repeating and approving going there where I'm like helping people understand, where I'm like making people feel more comfortable. Hey, I hear what you're saying. Hey, I'm on the same page with you. I understand what you're feeling or thinking. And then I can continue to ask good questions. Like that's a little strategy I use that as part of the bigger package with Real Sales Talk to go, okay, like how do I engage these people who may be a little bit more apprehensive or anxious or resistant or throwing objections my way, to just figure out like what's going on here, because you were motivated, right? But the flip side to that is like I ask a lot of questions and they're not motivated or they're not cooperative. Okay, well, bye. Like that's okay, no problem. But at least I know, versus trying to make things happen when they shouldn't happen, or really continuing to try to make things happen when they should happen.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. No, that was great. Great. I
Yeah.
appreciate you being a good sport and role playing,
All right.
not knowing what was going to happen. Yes.
Nice.
But kind of to wrap this up, when it comes to prospecting, you probably hear it all the time as well. Pauly, I'm making all these calls. I'm talking to these people. I feel like nothing is happening. Like I'm having trouble setting appointments. What would you tell someone that feels like they're kind of stuck?
Yeah, for sure. Record yourself, number one. Like that's the easiest way to really look, because if I've done that prospecting, I've done that presenting, and it's a you're taking all your clothes off and looking in the mirror, like what's going on here, because There's some things that you're probably doing that you're not hearing or you're not aware of. And good role play partners can help each other with constructive criticism to go, hey, you're doing this, or you keep doing that, or you're getting aggressive, or you're trying too hard, or whatever it is, right? To figure out if you're not getting the results that you're looking for, but you're in action. That's the big disclose. Like that's the big, thing is like, are you really taking that much action? Because if you're really taking the action, I had this guy once later, he goes, I've made a 900 calls and I haven't set one appointment. He goes, what do you think the problem is? And I go, you're the problem. He goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, you've talked to 900 people and nobody is interested in buying or selling real estate. I go, they're lying to you, or you're a bully on the phone. Like there's something going on here on why you're not getting the results. So figuring out how to assess what you're doing, recording's an easy way, and going back and listening to it. But I'd say even for some people who may not know what good or bad may even sound like finding someone to talk to figure out, what's going on here.
Absolutely. And tell us about your community, how people can get a hold of you in case they're like, you know what? I need to have Pauly listen to my calls and give me feedback. So I can actually start
every
converting.
Wednesday we're doing a real role play session, and it's a free session where people can jump in and listen to role plays. They can role play themselves. We have a quick tutorial section, like 10 or 15 minutes, where we talk about a topic, and I provide some value in regards to skills or strategies or mindset, and then we jump right into role play. I haven't seen anything happening like that online. I'm sure something somewhere, but this is free. It's every Wednesday. Just search Real Sales Talk, Instagram or YouTube. There's a Facebook group, and you can anywhere there you're going to be able to connect. So just search Real Sales Talk, and you'll be able to see that. And the playbook I'm giving away for free. So you can email me therealsalestalk@gmail.com, and I'll send you a free copy of the playbook. But just get a hold of them now, because we're really launching and creating the community, because I'm going to create additional layers of value in the community for people to plug into. But I don't think there's not too much out there or anything like it in regards to what we're doing with role play. And then upcoming is going to be group training and group coaching. But I'm excited to do that because I'm passionate about connecting with people. I have a ton of experience with prospecting, all different genres, internet leads, open houses, your sphere. Like, it doesn't matter how you prospect. What matters is if you prospect. And then ultimately, are you good at having conversations? Are you attracting people, or are you repelling them? And that's what Real Sales Talk is about, is tuning up. And even if you've been in the business a while, we have high level role plays to be able to raise the bar on your level of communication.
That's awesome. And we'll make sure to include all of the links in the description box below. But with that being said, Pauly, really appreciate you hopping on here, doing the role play, dropping some knowledge for the agents. And last question, what would be 2 things that agents need to do right now to make sure that they crush the rest of this year?
Yeah, I'm going to give 2 things that probably not many people have given, or maybe don't want to hear, which is, number 1, go out and get a role play partner. Now, this used to be hard back in the day for me, but ChatGPT can role play with you.
Yes.
I mean, come on, there's no more excuses. Like, go role play and create a role play schedule. I used to role play when I first got in the business, 2008. The market was a mess. I role played before my prospecting session. I role played after my prospecting session. And then I role played my presentation once a week with somebody in person. Okay. And I was doing that every single day and week. Okay. So go get a role play partner. Even if it's ChatGPT, start a role play schedule. Okay. Number 2, get an accountability partner. That's a hard thing to do because people don't do it. So find somebody that you could sit down with once a week for 15 minutes or 30 minutes and go, hey, Loida, what'd you do? Okay, what'd you say we were going to do last week? What did you do? What happened? Okay, here's what I said I was going to do last week. Here's what I did. Now, it's not a complaint session where you sit there and complain about all the excuses of why you didn't do it, because if you just show up in as little as 10 or 15 minutes, 2 people can sit there and go, okay, here's what I did. Here's what I said I was going to do. Here's what actually happened. And just that practice in itself, without any consequences or anything that would be a monetary risk. Hey, I said I was going to do this and I'll give you $100 if I don't. You don't even need that. That's cool because people will run away from fear very strongly. But if you just show up with somebody and go, okay, how'd it go? What did I say I was going to do? How'd it go? What happened? And what am I going to do next week? And you do that very quickly, man, your life will change because you don't want to show up to that meeting with that other person continuously saying you didn't do what you said you were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go get an accountability partner.
There you go. Awesome, Pauly. Well, thank you again for being here for this episode. And for everyone that's watching, make sure to follow Pauly. All of the links will be in the description box below, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks,
Bye.
Loida.